Akabo Wakatu. This is Daku, and today I just want to share with you my take on your mental enslavement. And this is not a strike against my vegan and vegetarian community, as I myself am a vegetarian. But, you know, we like to keep it real. We like to make it plain. Okay? So, we're going to make it plain today. If you are a vegan and you are not producing your own food, then you are simply a slave to those that produce your food. It's just that simple. If you're a weapons specialist and you don't produce your own weapons, then you are a slave, or at least dependent on those that produce your weapons. It's simple as that. So when we talk about revolution, when we talk about standing up, and every time I ask you what we need to do, and you say things like, well, we need to get guns at Aku, my first question is, how many guns are you producing? And then you tell me, well, you can't call yourself conscious unless you're vegan or vegetarian. I disagree. I think you can't call yourself conscious if you're going to go down that road. You can't call yourself conscious if you're not growing your own food, producing your own food, or your food is not coming from your own community. Then we can begin to talk about who's not conscious. So I just like to keep people grounded now. We don't want to think we're higher than somebody else because, oh, now I done learned how to operate these pistols out here. I know how to use a sword. Well, where'd you get your pistol and where'd you get your sword? And if the blade dulls on the sword, where you going to get another one? If you run out of ammunition, where you going to get your ammunition? If you run out of your vegan dietary food, and where you going to get some more food? If you don't know how to produce it yourself, if you don't know how to grow it yourself. Just some stuff to think about, y'all. So, you know, as African Americans, as they call us, we're very spoiled. You can tell who's spoiled based on their commentary. Oh, well, you know, you got to go down to the Whole Foods spot to get your food. You need to go down to Yes Organic Market or My Organic Market or one of these places. You need to go down there and get your food because you can't go down to the grocery store. Well, you know, when I first started shopping at My Organic Market for my father years ago, man, just for him alone, we were spending $500 a month at Mom's My Organic Market. Yes, we were. We were spending $500 a month just for him to eat. I knew then, if you don't produce your own food, you in trouble if you don't have the money to pay for this organic food or to pay for the proper foods that we should be eating. So before you begin to believe that you are floating on some cloud somewhere because you're a vegan and somebody else is eating fish or whatever, you need to think again. At least the fisherman went out and caught his own fish. And he's eating flesh indeed. He's eating that fish, but he went out and got his own fish. You running down to the white man that you say you're fighting against to get your food. So, you know, I just want to keep you grounded. You ain't as independent as you think you are. You're not as conscious as you might think you are if you're going to call somebody else unconscious because they had some flounder or some salmon yesterday. Something for y'all to think about. This has been Daku Akabo Wakatu.